community. Wanted to show off something that I purchased, or some things that I purchased the other day in Norman, Oklahoma at Guest Room Records. Guest Room Records. You can see where their places are at guestroomrecords.com. I know in Oklahoma they have one in Oklahoma City and Norman. And I don't know if you can get to that QR code right there. You'll probably be able to just get your camera on that if I keep it still long enough, and go straight to their website. So this is also going to show you literally how eclectic my tastes are. Now, I went in there the other day looking for certain albums that I do not have. I'm trying to find things from when I was a kid that were popular, things that I might have listened to kind of beef up my vinyl collection. They had all kinds of cool stuff in there. Let me just slide out here. Take them out of the sack. And just see what all I have, because I have all kinds of different types of music in here. It will actually probably amaze you. This first one is going to be Chet Atkins' Teen Scene. A little glare on that. Sorry about that, folks. It's my light. My lighting's not good. Chet Atkins' Teen Scene. You can tell there's some of the titles on that. Okay. Now, this is actually a reissue album. It was reissued in 1975 by Pickwick. Right here. Okay, and this is his 21st studio album. The original one has a little bit different, quite a bit different cover on it. It was released in 1963, and he actually was nominated for a Grammy in 1964 for this album here. So that's going to be a cool thing to listen to. I love some Chet Atkins fingerstyle guitar. Okay, the next one we have here is Dan Fogelberg, Windows and Walls. Got Language of Love, Windows and Walls, The Loving Cup, Tucson, Arizona, Let Her Go, Sweet Magnolia, Believe in Me, and Gone Too Far. Dan Fogelberg. This was done in 1984. Released in 1984. Windows and Walls. Okay. Next one. This is where you guys think, well, he just listens about everything. I do. I listen just about anything. This is from Verve Digital. Elizabeth Welch singing the Irving Berlin Songbook. Okay, now, Miss Welch recorded this when she was 83 years old. 83 years old. This was released in 1995. It was recorded in London. She's actually, I think, was born in New York, but most of her career, she was actually based in Britain. So this is, she was born in 1904, died in 2003 at the ripe age of 99 years old. Again, like I said, American born, but based in Britain. Really the most famous song of hers is called Stormy Weather, which I've heard a lot of other jazz singers sing that before, but she was in a movie called The Tempest in 1979. She sang that song, Stormy Weathers. But man, can you imagine this? This is really cool song titles. How Deep is the Ocean, When I Lost You, Fools Fall in Love, a bunch of all Irving Berlin tunes. And she was 83 years old when she recorded this. It's going to be a really fun one to listen to. This one I saw somebody else have. I can't remember who it was that I saw, but AC/DC Nervous Shakedown. Now, this is actually Let me pull it out of the sleeve here. Here's the record. Somebody's written on it. Looks like some sort of a number there. This was actually a 45, guys, but it's the same size as a regular 33 album. 45, it's got 2 songs on each side. Never Shakedown, Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution, Sin City, and This House is on Fire. And so I'm really excited about listening to this. That's a 45 RPM. There was a United States promo on this in 1983, and the UK had one in 1984. So I'm not quite for sure if it's going to tell me 1984. It says right here, manufactured in Germany by Atlantic Records. So I'm really excited about seeing that, or listening to that rather. Fun stuff there. I'll make this as short as possible. I bought quite a few albums, vinyls. This here is the Les Paul Trio. This album was actually sealed. It was loosely sealed. I opened it, and this is the one they had. It was $31. I had it marked down to $17.99. Clear vinyl edition, double LP, remastered. Les Paul and his trio. Take this out of the little plastic there. Okay, it doesn't open up. Both records are inside here. This are songs. This thing came out in 2018, and it's a compilation of songs that were 28 songs that were recorded from 1944 and 1945. But you guys know I am about these newer vinyls, and this is a heavy record, but it's clear. And I believe they have a yellow version out there that's kind of a rarity, a yellow with maybe red splotches or something. So anyway, Les Paul, if you guys don't know who Les Paul is, you need to look him up. He's like the father of inventor, basically, of modern electric guitar. He's just amazing. And this was an amazing find, in my opinion, for me. I don't have very many Les Paul records at all, and so I'm going to be excited about listening to those. Okay. And we have the plastic. Well, who that is? Well, Paul McCartney there in the middle and his wife. This is called Back to the Egg by the band Wings. Paul McCartney and Wings. They usually don't say Paul McCartney and Wings. It's usually just Wings. This was from 1979. This is their 7th and final studio album right here. 7th and final studio album. I think I may try to collect the other 6. But this is the only Wings album I have. So like I said, I'm trying to collect. I'm just basically trying to purchase things that at least have one representation of a lot of the stuff that I used to listen to when I was a kid. Not necessarily listen to a lot. I listened to Kiss like all the time when I was a kid. And I listened to classical and jazz when I was about 18 until my early 30s and 40s. Just got into some other vintage rock and things like that in my later years of life. So that's why I have such an eclectic taste in music. I love just about anything. At least I find the positive in just about everything. Now this right here brings back tons of memories for me. Heart. You can see the group right here. This was put out in 1985, and I went to this concert, not this concert, but the concert in 1985 where they played these songs. It was in Dallas, Texas. And this is their 8th studio album. And every one of these tunes were popular back in the 80s. Were super popular, every single one of them. This actually helped, I think, solidify them into the mainstream rock and roll. Like basically, I mean, they kind of got into the glam, I want to say glam metal, but that type of ideology, I guess you'd say, helped them really gain popularity in the 80s and stayed popular. Heart. Can't wait to listen to that one. Now this was a really cool find, especially for $14. It was sealed, completely sealed. They had this in the just a protective sleeve, but this record was actually sealed. I went ahead and took the sealing off, and this is Count Basie, guys. I've been trying to find out some information about this series. It's called the Dedication Series, Volume 11 for this one, the retrospective sessions. And this is Count Basie. All the albums that I see either are not available, out of stock, or not in production anymore. They're kind of have the same kind of artwork, but it features different jazz musicians or jazz, different time periods in jazz, from what I can tell. And the last one I saw was 16, Dedication Series Volume 16. And so, like I say, I just found this. I've always loved Count Basie. This is a double record set. You can kind of see the personnel here. Count Basie, of course, is on piano. The guitarist, Freddie Green. Trumpets, Grover Mitchell, Richard Boone, Bill Hughes, Frank Nooks. These are the people that I would have been paying attention to because I like guitar and trumpet the best. Trumpet, Thad Jones, right over here. Thad Jones, awesome. That is going to be so cool. 1978 was when this was released. This is not a reissue. This is an original 1978 album that was sealed. Can't believe I found this. In my opinion, at a really good price. This was released in France. And it just, like I say, it's a compilation of, just a huge compilation of his tunes. And just all great songs. It's going to be really cool to listen to that. And we have next, oh yeah, the man himself, Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down. This is actually his most popular album. This is his most popular album. I definitely remember All Night Long. Matter of fact, we played a little version of that in high school, either jazz band, I think. And then, of course, Hello. But 1985 was the year of this album. It's his best-selling album. I'm sorry, 1983 was when this was actually come out. It's the second solo album. The first solo album just was titled Lionel Richie. And this, in 1985, though, he won a Grammy for this album in 1985. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, next. It's seen a little bit better days, I think, in this album cover, but I'm going to ahead and bought it because the album is in really good shape. They categorize it as very good plus. This is Steppenwolf Gold, their greatest hits, and it's just a single album, but it has this. It folds out like this, which is kind of unusual. And you kind of see there the song titles there on side 1 and side 2. Some artwork there. So this is the edges of this not in very good shape. It's been bumped up against the bookshelf or something, but this here is not good. I'll have to replace that sleeve. I got tons of sleeves. Try, if you have vinyls, to try to. I know it's, if you have vintage stuff, you want to keep it vintage, but this is terrible on the records. Try to replace them with new stuff if you want to keep the original one back behind somewhere or whatever, and keep your new one outside of the album. Do that. But anyway, Steppenwolf. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. And then last but not least, Joe Bonamassa himself, the blues master in this day and age. This Blues Deluxe album, this is brand new, and the cover from 2003. Hasn't been opened yet. I'll open it later. But this is from 2003, and it just has songs. I noticed it says inspired by the recording on BB King live at the Royale or at the Regal. Burning Hell, inspired by the recording on the very best of John Lee Hooker. So, this is going to be just an awesome album. Oh, excuse me, I bumped your head. This album here is cool. When I went to go see him in concert, I purchased, this was just last year, I purchased the Blues Deluxe Volume 2. Okay? And so, I think there's been a couple of shorts on my channel on that, but I'll be very excited about listening to that. So, yeah, that's my vinyl haul from Guest Room Records in Norman, Oklahoma. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe if you do. Try not to make these very long. And I will definitely be doing some needle drops or some, at least some things on my shorts. So keep in tune for that and watch my shorts with some of these albums here. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.